Hey guys, welcome to the Sim Racing Paddock. I'm your host, William Marsh, and in front of me we have the new Fanatec CSL line. The CSL stands for Clubsport Light, and they are claiming that we will be seeing Clubsport line level performance at more of a mid-range price tag. So they contacted me about a week ago and offered to send me a wheelbase, the P1 wheel, and the new CSL Racing pedals with the load cell. And I would like to thank Julian at Fanatec for sending me these. And I will just say my first impressions, feeling and looking at them, is they are surprisingly beefy. I first got a glimpse at the pedals, and they seem to be chintzy from the photos, but I can guarantee you these are beefy. They feature an all aluminum build, and the pedal faces actually have this optional rubber that you can actually take off, and it has an all aluminum head. So if you're more of a heel tower or you're looking to have a more gliding feel on the pedals, you can remove these and have a more sliding feel on the pedal. I tend to like that, but I might prefer a little more grip on the brake, and we will take a look at that. As well, we also have the brake has new construction. I actually like these new pedals, and you can actually move each pedal individually to suit your own needs. Now, a few community members asked me about how the hard mounting of these pedals are, so I brought this ruler with me and we'll figure out. So each of these pedals have two holes at the back that can be hard mounted. They are all an even spacing. It looks like they are approximately 3.5 millimeters from the center of the hole to the next center. So look in this pedal, 3.5 and 3.5. So the pedals, you will need to have 3.5-inch holes. I believe these will utilize M6 bolts. I had mounting hardware included, but your mileage may vary. And then we also have two holes at the very bottom, right there. And let me see, they are roughly 27.5 centimeters apart. So these, I believe, are M6 as well. So to get the maximum mounting, you will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M6 bolts. I believe you might be able to get away with just 4. I believe you could have 2 in the front and 2 in the back. I'd recommend them be on the brake pedal for maximum stability. So that would be my advice for these pedals. And I am pleasantly surprised by how they feel, how they look, and I will be seeing how they perform. Now, let's get on to the CSL Elite wheelbase. This is their newest mid-range wheelbase. It will retail at $299 United States dollars, and it is claimed to be on par performance-wise with the Clubsport Wheel V1. Now, Fanatec sent it to me with the P1 wheel, but they have also mentioned that it should be compatible with all of the wheel rims on the Clubsport wheel range. Now, one thing I like that Fanatec has done this time around is they have included the table clamp. Now, before, I believe at least with the Clubsport V1, it was about a $30 add-on, but now it's included in the box, so you can now mount it to your desk or whatever without having to hard mount. But for a wheel this strength, I will recommend a hard mount. Now, for Clubsport wheel owners, I will say you can rest easy. This wheel does use the same mounting holes as the Clubsport wheel series with that triangle pattern. Now, I will provide description at the bottom for anyone else that's looking to mount it for distances, but since this is mounted to my table, unfortunately I'm not able to look at it right this second. I will say I like the look of the wheel though. It has a nice pattern on the front, and from the side it actually has this nice carbon fiber pattern. I'll throw an image on the. One thing I also like is that it has upped the wheel's degrees of rotation to 1080, and that will match offering from Thrustmaster. And I will say, unplugged, this wheel is smooth. Usually with my Thrustmaster wheel, feel a little bit of a hitch right smack in the middle of the wheel. I've noticed that common with a different Thrustmasters, but for this one, it is butter in the middle. There feels like no real torque lump that is required in the middle, so you can just move it easily. So I will give props to that. One thing I also like is it still includes all of the same attachments as the Clubsport wheel. It offers the USB universal cord as well as the power brick in the back, and it also has support for 2 shifters, the handbrake, and the pedals through the RJ jacks. Now, I also like that it is in the back as opposed to the Clubsport wheel being hidden through the bottom. I like that because it gives easier access. So that I will say I like. Another thing I like is it looks like the wheel might be solid in terms of cooling. While the Clubsport wheel had vents in the sides, they have elected to go for ventilation in the top through a groove in the sides. I don't know if it's going to be more reliable than the Clubsport, but I'm hoping that I won't see many overheating issues. In addition, there is a little bit in the back, so you will also have ventilation coming out the rear as well. Lastly, we have the CSL P1 Racing Rim. This is the rim that allows the compatibility with the Xbox One, so you're able to use titles such as Forza Motorsport 6, Project Cars, Assetto Corsa, and F1 2016. This wheel feels solid for a mid-range point, but definitely does not match the quality of Fanatec's higher end offerings. The shifters leave quite a bit to be desired. It feels rather mushy, but it is definitely passable. The buttons have a decent feel to it. It's definitely a good wheel. It gets the job done. I haven't heard any creaking whatsoever in it so far. I would definitely recommend one of the Clubsport wheel rims if you're looking to use this for Series PC racing. So these are just some of my initial impressions on the Clubsport Light line, and I will be giving this a test drive over the weekend, and I will share my thoughts on that in another video. So what are your thoughts so far? What do you think about Fanatec's new mid-range offering? Let us know in the comments. And if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and stay up to date with our latest videos, letting you in the know on the latest going on in sim racing. Also, check out simracingpaddock.com, where I will be writing new blog posts and giving you updates on the latest going on. For Sim Racing Paddock, I'm William Marsh, and you have a great rest of your day.